Have you ever seen destruction like this, even in the end of the world movies? No, we have never seen anything like this. And I mean, who's gonna repair this? Who's gonna rebuild this, huh? Israeli army dropped leaflets since the 2nd of May until now to the people living in Rafah, telling people that Khan Yunis is a safe area. People are returning and building tents, as you see here, and they're returning after the withdrawal of the Israeli forces. But
my pops is a Navy vet boomer, and I turned him on to you, and he's turning the blog on what he thought was right the whole time, thanks to you. Jesus Christ, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought that, like, parents usually just hear me cursing one time and immediately go, oh, fuck this guy. I don't want to hear what he has to say, because they're not used to someone just, like, saying curses while also doing serious news coverage. Most of your parents have probably said this. If you've ever been like, hey, you want to check out this guy that I listen to every day? I suspect your parents have all said this. Ultra PG, my dad thinks you're brainwashing me. It's true.
it's not safe. Look there. Do you see these women carrying bags with their children? People are trying to find anything from their homes. Look there. Reading the paper.
Don't you love seeing American tax dollars in action, folks? You know, all of those bombs we could be using to build our roads, build our infrastructure, build houses so that there's no more homelessness. But of course, this is why you don't have health care. This is why you don't have free college. This is why you're saddled with college debt. So that other countries can do this with our weapons. Isn't that great?
So people returned to their homes to clean, removing the rubble. And cleaning some rooms so they have somewhere to sleep in. They're grateful that they have ceilings, but look at that. It is destroyed. The home is without colors. I mean, look, this is the kitchen. I did not realize that this is the kitchen. This is the living room, and it's now opened to the whole city. But سلامات. شو اسمك انت؟ حمدان. تعالي حمدان. ورجيني ايديك. رجليك. اوعيك. ليش هيك مبهدل؟
بنشتغل.
تشتغلوا بتنظفوا؟
بننظف عشان نقعد فيه.
شو رايك في الدار؟ شو صاير فيه؟
السقف عشان نشوف الأرض السقف.
فاتحين لكم في السقف فتحة؟
هي أم كفر استشهد
واستشهد؟
استشهد معاه 16 نفر استشهد في الصيف.
I'm going with Ismail and Hamdan to the roof of their home, and they're going to show me a lot of things as they said. يلا يلا. Before the genocide, they were not able to see the sea. Now everything is destroyed so they can see it.
هاي خرطت أنا فيها قرص نفرح. هاي القناص كان قاعد.
ايش صار؟
القناص قاعد طلعي.
القناص كان قاعد هان؟
كان بطق الناس.
ايش لاقى القناص؟ ايش لقيت وراه؟
هاي رصاص. هاي شوف.
That was a bank there. These all were shops all of these places were shops. That was the market. Look at this. Look what is written here. U.S.
Huh, DOD. What is that?
A. USA. These are the American weapons behind me that are used to destroy the buildings around me. People here are collecting wood for the fire because they don't have gas to cook. These are our people now. Can you see the destruction? Oh my God. Oh my God.
This destruction, cannot be real. This is not real. It's the first time to be shocked like that and questioning if this is real or it's only in my head. What? This cannot be real.
What is the DOD? Department of Defense, you know, showing you what kind of defense America is engaging in. This is the defense. Defending super hard. Yeah, DOD might as well be Department of Death.
And I think that I must wake up. I'm so shocked. I cannot imagine that this can be real. And look around me.
I'm in Nasser Medical Complex after 3 months in Rafah, and exactly at this point I used to sit and to sleep for 70 days. Here was my tent. You need to know that this was a very crowded, active place. This is an ambulance vehicle also destroyed. Look at that.
Hamas.
That area was full of tents.
We're going down to the mass graves behind that building.
This is why it's fucking crazy. This is why it's crazy when Israelis try to say Pallywood. Like, so much death and destruction. Multiple nukes worth at this point. Metric tons of munitions dropped on top of a densely packed urban area filled to the brim with civilians, women, children. And then Israel turns around and goes, Pallywood. These are telegenically dead children. Do they still try to say that? Sometimes.
But this is the ambulance station.
And here more ambulance cars were destroyed. Look at this. And there.
To be completely honest, I have chosen to remain blissfully ignorant to the situation. This is the biggest slap in the face, but in a good way. Thank you for showing this and using your platform to speak out about this. Otherwise, I wouldn't be aware of the unimaginable destruction that has occurred. Well, I'm glad you're here now, chatter. There are plenty who refuse, even to this day, to see it. Uh-oh, Kai trouble? Yeah, she got up. It's fine. She ran around a lot this morning. Normally she doesn't sleep until like 4 p.m. on the bed.
And another one there.
Remember, those are like blown up ambulances and shit next to a major hospital where people were sheltering, right? Now remember months ago, people being like, oh, Hasan, I can't believe you would say that Israel bombed the Al Ahli hospital. There are still people who fucking run with that. They're much more quieter now. You don't really hear the JDAM narratives as much. But think about that, dude. Think about the fact that so many people were so grossly wrong, and they just moved on because they never gave a shit about it at all.
They have been trying for a week to grab the bodies from under the rubble. These bodies were not complete, okay? These bodies are stolen. Their skin, some bodies are without heads, some bodies are without organs. So we in Gaza and Palestine are stolen, alive or dead.
دفنته بايدي يما اجوا اليهود طلعونا من هنا، سالت الصليب وسالت الدفاع المدني قالوا اليهود اخذوهم. كان من قيمه اسبوعين حكوا لي انهم رجعوهم في مقبره جامعيه، هاي لحتى الان بطلع كل يوم الاسبوع من 7:30 لما العصر للثلاثة الأربعة بدور على جثمان ابني مش لاقيه، حكت ناخذ الكتاب اطلعوا من هنا.
For the record, this is like part of the reason why the UN is stated that they can't that they cannot identify every single dead person. This is part of the reason.
قتل بنت وقتل ابني، نحن مقتلين، نحن مسيحيين، ناس غلاف.
جايبه معك شو هاد؟
جبت كراتي معي بدي اروح لمين يعني بدي اجي لمين؟ بدي اخلي شغلتي في ايديا بفحر انا وابني وصاني.
A great power is needed to remove this rubble and rebuild anything for these people. It's really risky to stay here. But despite all of this, people have hope.
نعمل قدر المستطاع عشان نكمل حلمنا. احنا جايين هنا، احنا في فلسطين كفلسطينيين كمواطنين هنا، احنا جايين نكمل حلمنا. حلمنا هذا مش اللي بنتوقعه انه دمار وكارثه وهذا.
هنا المركز التجاري، احنا هنا اولادي يعني محبين يشتغلوا، فعملت لهم بسطه صغيره عصير ميه يعني عشان نشجع الناس يرجعوا. الشباب هذا فاضي وفي وقت فراغه، فاحنا بدنا نخليه نستغل الطاقة اللي عند الشباب هذا عشان نرجع ونعمر هذه خليولس. بس هذا الشأن اليهود كان بدهم يقهرونا، ونحن لا نقهر، شعب جبارين وشعب مرابط، وهنكون مرابطين ليوم الدين، وبنشجع الكل انه يرجع، لانه احنا اذا ما رجعناش نبني فلسطين مين بده يبنيها؟
والله انهم جدعان، ولك حاطين اعلام فوق الركام وقاعدين بخيم. طبعا الاعلام منتشره انا شايفه فوق الركام. وليش حاطين العلم؟ ايش جعلك تحط علم فلسطين؟
بدها هيك تخلص عشان فلسطين تخلصنا.
فلسطين تخلصكم؟
خلصونا زهقنا. 3 طوابق هنا وعمرتين لنا 6 طوابق، هدموهن، عملنا خيمه وهينا قاعدين فيها، انا قعد انا واخوان فوق دور، فيش دور هاي.
وين بتقرا انت؟
مدرسة البرج.
شو صار فيها؟
اتدمرت، ولا في تعليم ولا حاجة، راح كل شيء.
The schools in Gaza Strip are the only shelters where people can find some water, bathrooms. We don't have bomb shelters, we only have schools. But despite they know that people have no other places to go, they destroy the schools and bomb them.
This is why, rest in peace, Michael Jamal Brooks famously said, "It's not complicated." If an Arab nation comprised mostly Muslims took 2 million Jews and trapped them in an open air prison, put them on a diet, and controlled what kind of food intake they had, and then bombed them mercilessly in sieges exactly like this, you would never, ever in a million years declare that to be a complex situation. You would know exactly what that is. The only reason why this is complicated for some is because they want to have a career. They want to maybe work in the State Department, maybe work in the media. They want to literally say what Israel's doing is right, even though everyone understands that it is completely wrong. This is why so many people, especially on Reddit, will be like, Hasan is so radical. Hasan is so fucking radical. No, it is you who is radical. Me calling you a Nazi for defending this kind of shit does not make me radical. It makes you a radical. It's disgusting.
It's not only about bombs, it's also about bullets. Look there. Look there. Withdrew from Khan Yunis only a week ago, and there are some people who returned to a destroyed school.
دمار. وين نروح؟ مش لاقين وين نقعد، وين نروح؟ ما في حد مدور علينا. بقول لك لما تيجي الجرافة لما يجيبوا خيام، فأنا وأنا ضاني قاعدة أنا وأولادي، وصرنا جايين من رفح وما فيش لنا دار نقعد فيها، فالأولاد قالوا تعالوا نطفي لنا الصف ونقعد فيهن. بس اليومين هذولا في طيران وفي خبط، وهاي كلها الحمد لله موتة واحدة. وين ما كنتوا.
Oh, look at this. It's in 2010. These pictures for teachers and students playing. That was the school before the destruction. Oh my God, this is so precious. The album is really, really, really full of memories. Who survived from those students and teachers inside this album? I really hope this album getting back to the hands of people who were in this school before its destruction.
Something to also remember is that, again, the Palestinian population is very young. This is according to Al Jazeera, but from the Al Shifa hospital, these videos are believed to show Israeli soldiers removing dead Palestinians from a tent where bodies were placed in a makeshift morgue at Al Shifa hospital. Soldiers can be seen transporting wrapped bodies on stretchers. Black body bags are then seen piled up in the back of this Israeli army truck. The footage dates to the time of Israel's initial raid on the facility in November 23rd, or 2023. Gaza officials said Israel has loaded more than 100 bodies onto an army truck. In February, Israel said it brought more than 350 bodies to Israel. The broadcast and analysis have made me more intellectually curious since I began watching. I started to see how everything in Western media had conditioned me to look at Muslim countries as full of extremism and terror babies, and I had simply internalized those views through osmosis. Thank you for your coverage and humanizing them as they rightly deserve. Thank you for changing your mind. It says it takes bodies to examine them in the search for Israeli captives is the Israeli government's argument for it. And returns any not identified as captives to Gaza for mass burial. Following concerns from Palestinian doctors, the Euromed Rights Monitor has called for an independent investigation into possible organ theft. Yeah. The suspicion is that Israel is harvesting their organs, like the Israeli government is harvesting the organs of dead Palestinians. Israel has admitted pathologists have harvested organs from dead Palestinians and others without the consent of their families. A practice it said it ended in the 1990s. It emerged at the weekend. The admission by the former head of the country's forensic institute followed a furious row prompted by a Swedish newspaper reporting that Israel was killing Palestinians in order to use their organs, a charge that Israel denied and claimed anti-Semitic. The revelation, and this is from 2009, by the way, chat. The revelation in a television documentary is likely to generate anger in the Arab and Muslim world and reinforce sinister stereotypes of Israel and its attitude to Palestinians. Iran's state-run Press TV tonight reported the story, illustrated with photographs of dead or badly injured Palestinians. The story emerged in an interview with Dr. Yehuda Hiss, the former head of the Abu Kabir Forensic Institute near Tel Aviv. The interview was conducted in 2000 by an American academic who released it because of the row between Israel and Sweden over a report in the Stockholm newspaper Aftonbladet. The thing is, it is fucking anti-Semitic. Like, this is literally borderline blood libel, right? The problem is, blood libel is not real. This actually is real. That's the fucking problem. Record high number of organ transplants in Israel in 2022. I mean, this is, that's not proof, but now I don't know. I don't know if that's why they fucking took the bodies and brought them into Israel by the hundreds. I don't. I remember hiding in the basement during the bombing of Belgrade because of what our leaders were doing in Kosovo. But when I see things like this and other war crimes of my short 29-year life, I can't not hate the West. I understand what death to America means. That being said, it has nothing to do with the Americans and everything to do with their government. Yeah. Aftonbladet is owned by a Zionist. Weird fact. Shit. Yeah, I don't think you can harvest organs like unless they are immediately after death. I know. As it stands, you can get the corneas. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they can use from the body long after they die. But I'm pretty sure decomposing fucking bodies do not have valid organs for transplant. As long as you cut it off right after you get bit, you can use it. Good one. Read the next paragraph of the article. Channel 2 reported that in the 1990s, specialists at Abu Kabir harvested skin, corneas, and heart valves and bones from the bodies of Israeli soldiers, Israeli citizens, Palestinians, and foreign workers, often without permission from relatives. The Israeli military confirmed to the program that the practice took place, but added, this activity ended a decade ago and does not happen any longer. Hiss said, we started to harvest corneas. Whatever was done was highly informal. No permission was asked from the family. However, there was no evidence that Israel had killed Palestinians to take their organs, as the Swedish paper reported. Aftonbladet quoted Palestinians as saying, young men from the West Bank and Gaza Strip have been seized by the Israeli forces and their bodies returned to the families with missing organs. The interview with Hiss was released by Nancy Sheffer Hughes, professor of anthropology at the University of California, Berkeley, who had conducted a study of Abu Kabir. She was quoted by the Associated Press as saying that while Palestinians were by a long shot not the only ones affected, she felt the interview must be made public because of the symbolism, of taking the skin of the population considered to be the enemy. There's something. Is something just in terms of its symbolic weight that has to be reconsidered. ultimately, the reason why I don't talk about the organ theft that much specifically is because, like, while it is a practice that has happened, it is a practice that has happened in the past. I don't know personally. Like, I don't think we have enough evidence. That's why Euromed Monitor is calling for an independent examination. Anyway, Hiss was removed from his fuck. Where's the admission? Yeah. On the 23rd of December, 2009. Fuck, I'm getting hiccups. Zin hiccups. Ahmed Tibi, an Arab citizen of Israel and a member of the Knesset, testified that he had evidence indicating that organ theft continued, citing the case of Fadl Ordal Shaheen, a Palestinian from Gaza who died of diabetes in 2009. Tibi related that after Shaheen's body was returned to his family with bleeding from the eyes and a deep cut through the body, the family said that both corneas and kidneys were taken from his corpse. Tibi asked for the complaint to be investigated and also for a government probe on whether the organs were being harvested from Palestinian prisoners in Israel. Yaakov Litzman, the deputy health minister, responded that he would investigate the case with all seriousness. That was after the 2009 admission saying that the practice had stopped after the 90s. By the way, this is for those of you who are shocked by this, this is also super old school colonial operations. And not even old school colonial operations, but like the bodies of the Africa family that died in the 1985 move bombing that occurred in Pennsylvania and Philadelphia, in a Philadelphia neighborhood. Their bones were literally kept at a university until recently. So it's not just old school colonial bullshit, like taking the bones of people that you have destroyed and killed and using them for furniture or whatever the fuck you hear about back in the day. It's still something that America has done, even to this day.